Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of story time. So, I'm moving. I was moving from one place to another, right? And I stood in a hotel for some time, and I was chilling on my bed, watching YouTube on my TV, and I see this video, and it was like, the quest to beat Pizza Man, hard Roblox FNAF game. So I click on it, and it was this dude who like 500%ed like other games and stuff, and this guy's like, I guess a really big tryhard. And I see this gameplay, and I'm like, yeah, I could probably do that. Okay, so the game is called Five Nights at the Gangs, and the base game is extremely easy, almost to the point where I basically first tried the whole thing without dying. The enemies were really easy to counter. For example, there would be an animatronic that would go at your front door only, and all you had to do was just close the door to make him go away. Another instance is an enemy called Malachi, who you had to flash a certain amount of times before he disappeared. And there's actually two more characters, but the first character is just the same as the first guy, except he appears on the side doors. And the second is one that appears in your vent, but you have to close the vent before the timer runs out in the cameras before it reaches your office. The base game was easy, and basically just everything about the game was easy. And I was still trying to understand like where the difficulty came from. But then I missed something. See, if you look in your desk in night 3 and you click on that little purple speck, nothing seems to happen at first. But if you look in the cameras and click on the purple specks in both camera 5 and camera 2, you get to unlock a secret night called night ? This night is technically the first challenge that I was given, as I had to deal with two completely new animatronics called 3 Into and Cool Kid. 3 Into is basically like an all-in-one animatronic. He's gonna go around the office. He's either gonna show up in front of your desk and you have to flash him away, he'll show up at one of the doors in which you have to close it, or he'll come running through the vents and you have to close it before it gets in your office. The second one is Cool Kid, which you'll notice that the monitor will start to change color when he's active. You have to go in the cameras and click on him before he turns fully white, because if you don't, you're cooked. Even though this took me slightly longer than I'd like it to be, I still found this challenge to be pretty easy, and I still had no idea why this thing could be so hard.
How's about we put 8 hours on the clock and start that thing from now? How's about we put 8 hours on the clock?
Have Fun is a challenge like no other. It really makes a mockery of all 6 nights plus that new secret night combined. This took me over a day to try and complete. What makes this so hard is that every single animatronic you've ever dealt with is going to be jumping you at the same time. But all hope wasn't lost. Even though I had no experience in playing these types of games at all, after several attempts I started to recognize a pattern. The first few seconds of the night played exactly the same. See, in this game, although every single enemy has their own unique way of being dealt with, the time in which they come is always the same, so there's no RNG. Although every attempt might play out differently in the later parts of it, the beginning is almost exactly the same, with Cool Kid attacking the camera and the vent being attacked by either 3 Into or Z-Bar. Strategy that worked best for me was by checking the cameras for Cool Kid first, and then dealing with everything in the office afterwards. And if the Z-Bar timer was about to run out, I would close it. But if I still had about 5 seconds left, I would go back and check the cameras and repeat the cycle again. On average, I would deal with Z-Bar every 2 loops. And as for 3 Into, hearing him through the vent made it way easier for me to complete the night. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh!
Hey, don't worry, bro. Now you have to jump 100 spots. Now you have to jump 100 spots to good luck.
100 spots? What is he talking about? I did more research on it, and I found this list. It's called the Five Nights at Freddy's Max Mode list, where it's basically just a collection of the hardest FNAF challenges. And I found out that Pizza Man placed top 80 in that list. So in Geometry Dash terms, that's like harder than the Golden. And I beat a top 285, which is just 10 spots below 50-20. And I was expected to jump 100 spots from that, which would be about 80 to 90 spots above 50-20 mode. So if I beat this next challenge, I could basically just beat 50-20 mode and have an easier time. I beat it the next day. So it actually turns out that good luck is just a hyper buff version of have fun. And I shortly figured this out, and I used the same strategy as last time by trying to analyze the different patterns and seeing what would happen first. The thing is that there is a little bit of RNG with this game mode, determining whether Z-Bar or 3-2 would attack the vent. But I was able to quickly adjust for both of these cases and just be able to go through the same gameplay loop and eventually beat the whole thing within a day. Now, besides from the slightly annoying visuals and the moving cool kids, I basically just did the same strategy, and I really got consistent within a day and still beat it. Now this mode doesn't really have any official segments or stages, as it's just the same gameplay loop for 3 minutes straight. So I basically just call them by their colors to reference how much time I've spent in the level. So it goes like this. It goes the intro, then it goes to white, blue, green, pink, red, the pre-drop, the post-drop, and then you're done. And the pre-drop is basically just thinking space too. Now the thing about this is that you did have to actually lock in a lot harder than in Have Fun, because one, they're moving, and two, you have to be aware of which cool kid is in critical condition and which one you have to prioritize. And messing that up could basically cascade and mess up your other progressions, and it could just mess up your entire run. So basically it all starts with cool kid. And now we're getting into TS2, or basically the pre-drop. This is like, my nerves were a little bit more calm because I've made it here like plenty of times, and I've also choked here plenty of times. So here wasn't as nervous for me, but it was just the part right after. Now here you can probably see me start to miss a whole bunch of flicks, specifically the cool kids. My nerves are actually just crazy because I've made it to the drop already, and I've already choked like 3 times. Alright, so right here is basically, we're nearing the end of the song, and I'm trying to do a strategy that I like to call the QB no strat, which is basically just ignore everything and close every single door possible. I beat it! Oh my god! Oh my god! I did it! I really did! Oh my gosh! Well,
you recording?
I'm recording, bro! I got it! I got it!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh my gosh.
Dude, oh my gosh, the QB no strat worked! Oh my gosh! Bro,
I don't understand it, but bro, he's been doing it for ages, I can just tell.
Oh, I beat it!
Probably...
I beat it! I
basically just beat a list demon 3 days into playing Geometry Dash.
So the next step is Pizza Man, right? Well, actually no, because I wanted to watch a video. I want to watch the video so I could do more research before I knew what I was getting myself into. And I came across a video by Freddy called "The Game That Brainwashed His Community." And so I clicked on it because I was intrigued. I just found this game a few days ago and I've already beaten like 2 out of the like 3 difficult modes, I guess. So I click on the video, and basically This is what he said.
It's because of the game design. The game was just so simple. It was made in such a way so that you could learn it immediately and just scale the difficulty infinitely. Every mode had something tacked on that made it feel harder than it actually is.
The game was made in such a way that you could learn it immediately and scale its difficulty infinitely. This is exactly what happened to me. I just started playing the game like 3 days ago, and I already beat one of 2 of the game's supposedly hardest challenges, in the base game that is. I was right from the very beginning. This was easy, so what do I do now? Do I go for Pizza Man and just keep telling myself that I did something hard? Or do I just step away from this game and try something else to actually prove if I could be capable of doing something like this? Lying to yourself about what you can and cannot do will not help you improve at all.
He's here, my children.